Hello there, Internet. Version 2 here with Let's Watch Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak High School, Episode 23, Future Arc number 12. When we last left off, the killing game had seemingly ended. Sakakura found out what the cause of it was and turned everything off. So it seemingly ended. I'm still curious why turning off all the power made the bangles come off. Unless that was meant to be how it always was going to end. Unless, whoever designed it, Dangan, designed it so the actual secret condition to beating it was to turn off all of the power. That being said, the rules at the beginning did say, if you wake up and no one is killed, you've killed the killer, so you win. No one died when Makoto woke up. So, I mean, if they weren't lying about the rules, it should have ended there. But then it didn't, so, those rules were probably more bullshit. So, there is that. So it's more so about what the fuck happens from here. I mean, Mitsuharu got a message from Tengen, and that was weird. Yeah, I will say I've got, no fucking clue what's meant to be happening from this point onwards. The killing game's done, and it's just I don't know where they go from here, other than trying to get out, I guess. So as usual, there is a link in the description to this episode on Crunchyroll. We'll do a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We both click go on go. I have hiccups, and then we watch some Danganronpa. I apologize if I hiccup during this episode more. Just consider it like me reacting to whatever's happening on screen. It's it's so unbelievable. Gasp! Or whatever my hiccups actually sound like. So, with that, let's watch some anime. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The countdown's always terrible. Several years earlier, a bunch of tanks. Getting ready to fight off parts of despair. Hi, Chaser. Wait, what the fuck? You don't believe it, do you? Surely Tengen would be curious about where the fuck she got these from. Also, why are you giving them to him? You're doing it in the name of despair, right? Why? Trying to trick him into causing more despair with it? Did you nudge him into making this killing game to do more despair? They did, yes. Oh my god, he was! He was despair the whole fucking time! Holy fucking shit! Just straight up. He either didn't believe Cheezer or something, or what, and just watched them and then fucking, oops, I'm despair now. The world ended. Anime! Which she didn't necessarily need. She turned that class into despair. It's just easier to do it to thousands of people with it. And Chiaki being killed. A little. From Cheezer. He watched the other video. Wait, what? Wait, what's happening? So you made another one of Hope. And you've just been sitting on this for how long? Brainwashed him into Hope. Because you didn't want to brainwash people? Dude, I would not refer to that class as a tiny bit. Makoto standing in front of you is literal proof of that people can. I mean, I know he's the ultimate Hope, so he might be an exception, but... Yeah, exactly. You actually can. The ending of Danganronpa 1 proves that Makoto's able to make other people like him with words. It's literally just a kaleidoscope. Oh, so that video wasn't the Hope video, that was just a brainwashing video. I'll brainwash everyone! Is that better? Is that really better? Have you learned? I can't tell whether you're doing this in the name of hope or despair currently, because who the fuck knows anymore? People got in. Stop! Stop it, Mitarai! For fuck's sakes! Yeah, you're super acting in the name of hope right now. Remember what I said before about how hope is defined by optimism and despair is defined by giving up? He's giving up on hope right now, so he's brainwashing them. Like, he isn't doing this in the name of hope. Especially when you're telling people to kill other people. You do realize you're Abstergo, right? Like, you're Abstergo. Oh my god, we've got another fucking Assassin's Creed moment in this. Who we got? Minakata? Or Togami? Minakata! Shit's going down. I can't imagine you'd agree with that. Unless you do. To force him to trick him into you doing it? But he made his thing that he can't use his talent. How does that help? Oh, you weren't expecting him to be here. Oh! Oh! And then use the Hope video. That message that he wrote when he died? Well, you should have signed it, Mitarai, if you meant that, but he was dying. Fair enough. So this was a killing game to make hope spread? Yeah, Minakata, what were you... What... Yeah, Munakata doesn't agree with this either. Yeah, we got these soldiers who are also brainwashed. Holy fucking shit, Mitarai, what the fuck? What the fuck, Mitarai? All right, Makoto, time to use your luck. Just do what you ever did to stop Hina being brainwashed. I don't even know what you did, but hey. Jesus fucking Christ. Raiden, what the hell? You're not the ultimate sword person. Pekko is. How are you so good with it? I'm waiting for the scene where he starts cutting the bullets out of the air with the fucking sword. I'm fucking waiting for it. Ah, Jesus, dead body. Dual wield! Dual wield! I mean, she was Despair. I don't know if you know that, but she was. X-cut! Yeah! Dual wield! Are you killing them when you're cutting them? You're literally not even Ultimate Swordsman. Oh, you took the bandage off too. Hey, you're allowed to run now, Makoto. Oh, fuck! They can't, like, winch you up? So, because Mitarai wasn't meant to be here, was it Monika's interference that made him have the forbidden action be you're not allowed to use the power of anime to stop him from spreading hope to the world? Was that... I guess to me that's the only thing that makes sense of why he would have that action. She seems in pain. A lot. Yeah. Run, run, run! You gotta stop Mitarai from brainwashing everyone in the world. So what Japanese keyboards look like with that many different characters? So we're already too late to stop him then? Oh no, we're on a countdown timer. We got half an hour to stop him. Oh, it takes time. It takes half an hour for it to finish the brainwashing. I guess so it's a permanent one. Because, yeah, the brainwashing that he had before. Oh, even her? Even her. No pain, cutting to pain. No conflict, cutting to conflict. I appreciate the juxtaposition of showing him lying. So yeah, I guess it has to be half an hour to actually, because yeah, because when he brainwashed Hina before, it lasted for a little bit where to show them to fully brainwash them to be Hope, it's gotta be half an hour long. Oh, we're back in the theater. Okay. Hi, Junko. Oh, so we're just explaining shit at the end of this episode before we get to the final one. Very long time. Was trying to force Mitarai to use the video. Why would all with to to also stop them from killing each other, or just showing that? It's removing memories. That's different. Shut up. Good work, Chaser. You did pretty well. And she's just emotionless. What's happening? Right then? Okay. That was a weird ending. So did Chisa stop being a remnant of despair once she was dead? Where this series has led up to for its final episode is weird. Like, the despair plot had nothing to do with this future arc. Like, nothing. I mean, like, Chisa influenced it and everything. None of that seemed to be Junko's plan or Ultimate Despair's plan at all, though. And it's a weird... It's a weird spot the end of this is led up to. Like, it's a final battle for hope, but it's hope versus hope, just a brainwashed hope versus a not brainwashed hope. I don't know where this is building up to. Like, the next episode's the conclusion, and this feels odd for a conclusion. Agakure! Are you actually being useful? Or are you going to be shot in the back by everyone? Hi, Togami. Hi, Tagami. Hey, you got some people who weren't brainwashed. They just wearing their glasses. Thanks, Tagami. Oh, Tagami. Yay, he's showing up to do something. Oh my god, this episode's never ending. Continue to Hope side. There it is. Where this is all building up to is a very weird spot for it. It's not what I was expecting it to be. Like, Ultimate Despair and Despair had, like, influences building up to where we are. But the final battle is Hope versus Hope. But just two different types of Hope. Which I guess is, like, kind of the whole point of, like, Munakata versus Makoto. Just now it's Makoto versus Mitarai. I mean, Mitarai's Hope is still... It isn't Hope. It's nothing. Like, he wants to brainwash the world into Hope. He wants to brainwash the world into nothing. Like, that's, like... Like, it seems like he thinks he's doing it for Hope, but really, his overall goal is just the absence of hope or despair. Because despair can only happen if there is hope. Where if you just brainwash everyone so no one does anything, then neither of them can happen. Like, it is very, very different to Makoto's Hope. And Makoto's Hope is consistently shown to be the only one that actually works in terms of actually overcoming despair. It's consistently shown that that's the case because Makoto's Hope is one of the few that's actually based on optimism. Where everyone else's hope is usually based on defeat or giving up, which is what despair is. I don't like Matarai's point, though, of just, like, not everyone can be strong like you. Which, again, was shown to be wrong at Danganronpa 1. The whole ending of Danganronpa 1 is Makoto hasn't given in to despair because he's Makoto. But everyone else, even Kyoko, at that very final class trial, had given in to despair. But because he's Makoto and his optimism is that strong and his talent is literally hope, he's able to give everyone else that hope. He's not brainwashing them. He's just giving them a reason. I like the line of just putting them into the Neo World program. Isn't that the same as brainwashing? Which, in some cases, yes. But in some cases, it's also just actively just undoing brainwashing. The whole point of the Neo World program was to return them to what they were like before they started school. So it's not explicitly brainwashing. It's undoing it. It's wiping their memories. I don't know. The line's blurry in that one, I guess. Honestly, we've had all of this, and, like, the next episode that we watch is the end of Danganronpa. Because Danganronpa, what is it, V3? Danganronpa V3 isn't connected to this. Everyone says, like, it's the start of its whole own thing. So the next episode is the end of Danganronpa. Or at least, like, this saga of Danganronpa. It's the end of it. Which, holy shit, we're at the end of Danganronpa. I know, and it's built up to a weird spot. Like, it's built up to something that I wasn't expecting at all. It's a battle between two different types of hope. Like, I'm definitely not saying that Junko should have been the villain of the future arc again. Because that'd be even more unreasonable. Like her being the villain of the Danganronpa 2 is a bit just like, okay, we get it. But also, like, it makes sense because her plan actively makes sense and it plays in thematically with all of that. I'm not saying that Junko should have been the villain of this. I'm definitely not saying that. It would feel contrived if she was once again the villain of this. I would say it would even feel contrived if Monica was, because Monica had, like, such a nothing part overall. So I'm not saying either of them should be the villain, but it's just, like, Despair's role in this future arc has been tangential more than anything. like, despair has pushed people to acting certain ways, but nothing was done in the name of despair. I guess Chisa giving Tengen the videos is in the name of despair. And again, Mitarai showing up was based on bad luck, I guess. But also his talent was not allowed to use his power of anime, which meant that until the killing game ended, he couldn't do the one thing that the whole killing game was set up to do. Which makes me think that's why Monica rigged it to be that. Because why would Tengen choose it to be that? It would literally undo the purpose. Also, would Tengen just be fucked if, like, Mitarai was just close to one of the monitors at one point? Would like, oh shit, I did all of this and now my plan's fucked. I mean, like, in some sense, it's not done by ultimate despair, but it is still a final battle of hope versus despair in terms of what hope and despair represents. Hope, optimism, and despair giving up. Munakata, before, had given up on the concept of, like, reforming anyone in despair and gave up, so it was murder, 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 all day, every day, non-stop, infinite murder. Mitarai, currently, and Tengen, before, had also given up on the side of hope by wanting to brainwash everything. Just, like, force it out of everything, and that's their form of giving up. So it is still a final battle between hope versus despair, just the manifestation of despair is very different to what we're used to in this. And it's more representative of that giving up versus not giving up aspect, which has always been what hope and despair have been in terms of when it's regarded to Makoto and Chiaki. That's why I say if the classes were reversed, Chiaki would be ultimate hope, because she is someone who didn't give up. There's no point where she actually gave up. At any point. She was always trying. Even in her last death, she was just, like, trying to get up. Stopped getting... Oh, there was one point where she was just like, it's no use, I'm done for. And then was upset. It's just like, I want to keep living. I want to play video games with you again. But that's at literally the very end of her life, so I don't know if that quite counts. So, I don't know. I mean, you could kind of say the same thing sometimes about Makoto. Because, like, Makoto... tied to the execution desk. He's not trying to wiggle out or anything to stop being stomped by that thing. He got lucky and Alter Ego did something there. And then... And, like, Makoto has moments where he falls into despair. Every character does. But it's more so whenever Makoto falls into despair, he doesn't give up. He has despair and it sucks, but he never gives up from it. Except for letting himself be killed by execution, which wasn't exactly giving up. He was tied to that, but he didn't try to do anything or try and get out. And him suiciding here, but that's brainwashing, so I don't even know if that counts. So it's like, it is still a final battle of hope versus despair, just in a more thematic way, rather than a more literal way. I know, it's just, after all of the Danganronpa stuff, I wasn't expecting the end of it, where the build-up of everything was to be to here. I mean, now that we're at a point where everything we're dealing with and what everyone is trying to do is completely post-tragedy inside the exact tragedy itself. Danganronpa 1 and 2, the tragedy is more of a setting. It's not what the people are actively trying to avoid or fix or change. They're just trying to survive. Where in this, they are just trying to survive. But now, with the start of this episode, it's now we're going to try and fix the world. So, like, it is a final battle for, the hope of the world and how, just, like, the world will have hope. Just how does that manifest? Will it manifest in a hopeful way or a despairful way? So it is still kind of that. It's just, it is very, very different to what I was expecting. Where this whole everything was building up to. So on the next episode, it's the end of Danganronpa until V3 and then the new... I think in Japan it's even literally called New Danganronpa. So, for old Danganronpa, the next episode, we end old Danganronpa. Which doesn't feel real to me at the moment. I mean, it's partially because I know there's another Danganronpa game that we're going to be playing soon. So it doesn't feel real because we're about to play more Danganronpa, but that's a whole separate story and a new saga, so it isn't tied to this. But just like, holy shit, we've been through 3 games, like 4 novels, or 3 novels. I didn't read Togakure because I wasn't bothered. Or Togami because it's apparently shit. Or Kirigiri because I couldn't find an English translated one. But it's just like after so many games and after all the novels and everything that we've done, we're going to be ending Danganronpa on the next episode, which doesn't feel real. Also, because it kind of doesn't feel like it's built up to it in this, but I mean, it does. It is building up to that, and like it thematically does make sense. It's just not as explicit as it usually is. I don't think I should be criticizing this because it's showing some level of subtlety or restraint for the ending of it, but I can't help but feel like it needs. I don't know. We'll have to see when we watch it whether this build up pays off or whether it. I don't know. It's just the build up to what the final thing is going to be. The very, very, very final thing feels weird. Like the build up to it just feels weird. I don't know. Next episode though, we end Danganronpa. So until then, this is version 2 signing out.